been and where you going. This is Ari's travel show, yeah. We're gonna talk about travel today. It's You Be Trippin, yeah.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to You Be Trippin, the only podcast that's currently also in book form at Penguin Publishing. Every episode is up on its own book, available right now at the Strand Bookstore. I'm here today talking to Krystyna Hutchinson and Corinne Fisher, two amazing comics who have their own podcast called Guys We F apostrophe ED.
You can't. We can't curse on this show.
I think you can. I always see it written like that.
Yeah, that's because we don't want our ads getting taken down.
Yeah, that's because Apple is corny. But
social media's, boundaries of what you can and cannot say anymore, they keep getting tighter and tighter.
Isn't it wild? And you're like, what?
People bleep out sex. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
the words that, or it won't get into the thing.
TikTok specifically is very tight.
Because of Chinese?
I mean, there's a nicer way to say that, but yeah.
It's bad enough they blurred out the penetration. Now they got to do everything. All right, guys, where are you taking us today? Where are you taking me?
We're going to Tulum, baby.
Tulum,
Tourist
Mexico.
spot. Tulum, I love it.
The basic bitch capital of the world.
It really is, right?
I was so excited. Well, because I have a friend who is, and I mean this in the most beautiful way, she is the ultimate basic bitch. And I don't have a lot of friends like that because I'm a comedian.
They're fun.
And I worked with her. She's a former stripper, and I love her. And she kept going to Tulum, and it looked incredible. And I was like, I need to live this lifestyle.
Yeah.
And so I booked a trip there. Yeah.
Speaking of trips, this trip was a couple days after you had booked this in advance.
I had booked this
with somebody else.
This was originally a trip that I had booked with my best friend.
You had a breakup?
Tommy.
No,
my best
you just couldn't
friend.
go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my best friend Tommy, who was he was in residency to become a psychologist to get his doctorate in psychology, and so he was in hospitals. And so when COVID was announced, he felt uncomfortable and like unethical leaving the country. And I was like, I don't work around anyone who needs to live or die, so I'm still going. And and I said, well, I was like, who can go on this trip? Who can afford to go to Tulum? Who can just leave everything?
Who might kill herself if she's left alone?
Who has nothing, no one who loves her. And then 100%. I was like, we have no one who loves us.
No dog, no boyfriend,
so we
no
just
family.
Left.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 2 days. She asked me to go to this trip a day after I had a mushroom trip that was so bad and so traumatizing, because I did it with a guy that I met in the ER when I was taking my friend Justin to the ER, ironically, because he was on a mushroom trip that was bad.
You met a dude in the ER?
He was the head nurse.
And said, let's do mushrooms tomorrow?
Well, no, I met him in the ER a couple months prior, and he was a former child soldier. And I was like, ooh, tell me more, daddy. And and he had 3 of his fingers were bent back like candy canes. But he was the head nurse in the ER. And Justin and I were enamored by him. He looked like Johnny Depp from Pirates of the Caribbean. He had like all these earrings and jewelry on. And I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? And then we exchanged numbers. And then a couple months later, he's like, I grow my own mushrooms. Would you ever be interested in trying them? And I, at that point, had only done mushroom chocolates, very specific ones that we did at the Tool concert.
Those were pretty powerful.
Those were powerful. But these former child soldiers grow much more powerful mushrooms, turns out. And
Where
I did
was
them,
he a child soldier?
I forget what country he told me, but
Canada.
Probably. Yeah.
No, I mean, well, because it's number one.
He's Middle Eastern, so somewhere there.
The description as a Johnny Depp lookalike is, I will say, generous.
Yeah.
Because I walked in and I saw this guy.
Oh yeah, you met him.
I was like,
Muhammad.
maybe like Epcot's version
He
of.
had scarves, and that's about it.
if by that you mean there was a red flag when I walked in, then yes, he was just
well,
like
we
Johnny
were on
Depp.
Roosevelt Island, and then we tasted, like, we ate them. So this is the first time I did mushrooms that weren't in chocolate form. They were like the actual dried
It's
up
all
mushrooms.
the same shit though, right? It's just like what it's in.
Well, it did not hit me that same way.
I
that
feel
the
like
chocolates did. I started bawling 5 minutes in, and he goes, oh, this isn't good. And then when I opened my eyes and when I closed my eyes, it was still a nightmare. And I was like, I'm going to die.
Oh.
The chocolate, I feel like, is measured out more specifically, whereas with the dried ones, you're like, I just got to kind of like keep taking them.
Eyeball it. I don't know how dense this is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gets in your teeth. You just go like this and you just
Tastes
release
so
another
bad,
fucking
too.
level. It tastes really bad.
Yeah.
Bandit, we do this every fucking week, man. You're either in or you're out.
When he's out, he wants to get in.
Yeah.
Oh, Bandit.
Man, just jump up on a lap or something, dude. Okay, so then you were like, "Oh, let's go. I'm doing Tulum with you."
Yeah, because Corinne Justin had called Corinne and Wendy over and was like, I need to leave to go host a party. I don't want to leave her alone. She might kill herself, because I was like scream crying I want to kill myself.
Yeah.
And
and that's usually a a nod that you might want to kill yourself.
Yeah. And so they came over, and then it died down. We ordered pizza. We had a good rest of the evening, and then the next day, Corinne was like, "Hey, Tommy can't come with me to Tulum because the world seems to be shutting down. Do you want to go?" And I was like, "Uh-huh."
Wow.
Yeah, I was like, you have like 2 hours to decide, but
Yeah.
I was like, let me know. And then like 15 minutes later, I got a text, I'm coming.
Yeah,
That's
I'll
so
be right
cool.
there.
That's so cool.
When it was all paid for too, I was like, literally, all you have to do is buy your flight. You don't have to pay for anything else. It's paid for. It's done.
Yeah.
It's such a specific, interesting time that people who were like vacationing or doing something right at the beginning of COVID. It's such a unique. It's
It'll
almost
never
hard
happen
to remember.
again. Yeah. And we
so
got to
nice.
experience Tulum in a way that I don't think anybody ever will again.
Yeah, it was so.
No one was there.
No one was there. Everyone had canceled, and
No one was
Because
there.
everyone's like, "Oh fuck it,
And
this
we
is my world might
might-
be ending. I'm not going."
There was
Yeah.
risks that we might get stuck in the country, but we're like, fucking fuck it. Who
Yeah,
cares?
I honestly looked into it, and I was like, they're not going to be like, and we're shutting down in 3, 2, 1. I was like, they're going to give you at least 12 to 24 hours, and if so, we pack up our shit, we go to the airport, and we leave.
Or get in a fucking back of a fucking U-Haul truck. That's how people get in.
Sure. Yeah, 2 gals in Mexico. Fuck it.
You'll
You know
be
what I mean?
fine.
Oh, okay,
There's no
yeah.
violence associated with that.
The only thing I even cared about was like you didn't even have a dog yet. So
I didn't
my
have a dog
dog,
yet.
I
Yeah.
was like, I just can't leave forever because my dog.
Who
But,
had him? Harrington?
I guess Harrington had him. Yeah. Oh, what Tulum? Maybe. Yeah, I guess it was Harrington. Yeah.
What was the vibe there right then? Was it people?
It was
Nervous
the day
or-
after tomorrow vibes. But it was like, people were like, fuck it, we're here. Let's have fun.
Yeah, the people in Tulum weren't even very like they weren't masky or anything like that yet. That
No
wasn't
masks.
happening.
There was no masks in the airplane yet.
Yeah, no one knew
There was
what
no
was
masks yet.
No mask. That's right. You couldn't even get one.
Because we didn't even know what the
No
fuck
one
is
knew.
COVID.
Yeah,
We
because
didn't
here's a
know what
picture
it
of me on the
was.
plane, no mask. Yeah, there's this is I always take a plane selfie, so that's
You
me.
have the face mask.
No mask. I just have my eye mask on.
That's
Yeah.
nice.
But yeah,
Oh, this was the line in the airport for customs. Nothing.
Oh my god.
I remember taking a picture of it and I was like, what the
fucking
fuck? Because
send
I've
all these to
been
me.
I've
Yeah.
been to Mexico before, but I've never been.
Oh my
there.
god.
Yeah.
There's nobody there.
it was great. So I mean, we're having this ultimate, as people who travel a lot and often have to wait in lines and stuff. It was beautiful. Every step of the way, we're
Wow.
like, this is
It was the
awesome.
best vacation either of us will ever have.
It really was
Because there was no people.
when we had a boutique hotel right on the water, because I had done it up. This was the first expensive vacation I've ever taken in my life.
Yeah.
And
So excited to be going.
Yeah, and so I mean, I got everything. I got like the dipping pool in the room.
I had one of those in French Polynesia.
Yeah,
In
because-
the room?
Yeah, it was off the balcony.
because I was like, that was
We
part
got,
of the
like-
experience that I needed
This
to
is
have.
like a big Tulum, like landmark art. There's a lot of art.
What is it,
in
carved
Tulum.
out of a tree?
Yeah. And there's just no
What?
one there, so you could just take pictures with everything. Like,
Yeah, that's one of the ultimate basic bitch photo spots.
Yes.
I mean, for sure. It's made for that.
Yeah, it's made, but it's
heart's
gorgeous. It
being ripped
truly is
open.
a beautiful, beautiful place. It's not
Yeah.
like a place that you get there and you go, "This is only beautiful on Instagram." It's
Wow.
absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
it
I'm
really
gonna get all this
is.
from you guys
Yeah,
later.
for sure.
Damn. Yeah, I mean, that's the best too, because the only problem with the beach is overcrowding.
Yeah.
Were there those people selling cocaine and shit there?
It was more like knitted goods and stuff, but they weren't too obsessive about it. I heard, because you said you had experience previously in Mexico where people were really
When you get off
aggressive.
the airport, when you get to the airport and you go to like your if you have like Corinne booked transportation to take us to the hotel
like
before-
privately,
like, yeah.
real bougie
Yeah.
shit.
But I know that when you're there looking around, like they try to get you in their car to and I didn't understand
really?
that the first couple times I've been in Mexico, but the third time I was like, I got this.
Yeah, it was always like necklace. You're like, no, like a fold out
Cocaine?
tabletop. You're like, no, like cocaine. I'm like, what a fucking jump.
Maybe that one.
It's some
That
weed.
escalated quickly.
Yeah, they just don't leave you alone.
Yeah.
Damn. Interesting episode so far. You know what else is interesting? That I'm a stand-up comedian. And the most interesting thing a stand-up comedian can do is record a special. And that's what I'm doing April 26th in Washington, D.C. Get tickets right now at arishafir.com/tour. April 26th and 27th at the Capitol Turnaround. I believe the 27th is sold out. The first show is definitely sold out. Second show, I'm not sure. But get tickets for Friday, April 26th. I'm also going to be in Halifax. We added a second show on 4/11, April 11th. Ottawa is sold out on the 12th. Rutland, Vermont on April 13th. Huntington, Long Island, April 14th. Austin, Texas on 4/20. You know what that means. Gets toked. Damn, there's a lot of bees here. And then my special, April 26th, 27th, May 9th, and 10th, I'll be in Los Angeles doing storytelling shows at the Comedy Store. Very small venue. Hurry up. Those will sell out fast. And then Australia. I got the whole tour in Australia. Starting May 17th and 18th in Melbourne. I think the 18th is sold out already. Adelaide, May 24th. Canberra, May 25th. May 31st in Brisbane. And June 1st in Sydney. And then I'm done till 2025. Hurry up and get tickets to see me live or forget it. Also, my guests, Krystyna and Corinne, have their own tour, the Guys We Fuck tour, and they are in, I got this, Boston, Massachusetts tonight. Damn, these bees are big. On 4/13, 4/14, Chicopee, Massachusetts, 4/15, Washington, D.C. at the 930 Club where I saw Alanis Morissette before she hit big. She just had that one song. Houston, Texas, April 23rd, and Las Vegas at the Crapshoot Festival, May 20th. Now let's get back to the episode. And don't forget to subscribe here, you guys. Wherever you're watching or listening, I'm not going to start the episode for 5 seconds. So go ahead and take those 5 seconds and hit subscribe. 3, hit subscribe. Do it right now. 2, 1, hit subscribe. And let's go back to the episode.
Also, the cool thing, we did some touristy things. We did some excursions that we were one of the last people to climb the Mayan ruins.
Yeah.
Because they weren't going to let tourists climb them
Because
anymore.
people kept falling down. And as we're midway up, we go, I can see why this is extremely dangerous.
Yeah.
I mean, the rocks were all broken, and like it's just one singular rope that brings you up. And like, there's 60-year-old women doing it, and you're like, this is not a good idea.
They've shut this down?
Yeah, because too many people.
Not for COVID.
Too many people fall.
Yeah,
no.
Because of death, I believe.
Nice
Yeah, it's
crotch
really
shot.
steep.
Thanks. I'm wearing a jumper, so.
Yeah. It looks worse than it is.
It's pretty steep.
Whoa, you got to actually go up with a rope?
Yeah.
Those people tried not. What is that, time
Time lapse.
It's real, and like it's
That's a good
falling
one.
apart.
That's a fun one.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is us riding bikes to the
That's jungly, huh?
Yeah, I mean, Mayan ruins,
Dude, I
baby.
don't know anything about.
Dude, Mayan society is incredible. It's beautiful to learn about. I mean, it was brutal. There was a lot of we were at this ball game court, this ancient court.
Yeah, like old school basketball, basically.
But they
where
were
it was
played to the
invented.
death.
Yeah.
And the basketball was concrete.
And it was sloped like a skateboarding ramp.
Yeah.
So on the side, so you would have to,
Like a foosball, it would like feed back in,
I guess. And so basically, you just had to play until someone like passed out.
and then they would kill them.
Yeah,
I
they
guess
would
it was
to
death.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
drank. What did we remember? Do you remember what we drank? Why we drank
Ayahuasca?
this? No, it wasn't. We didn't
That's how they
trip.
gave it to me. out of
No,
this
it was
fucking
something
thing.
that a stranger mixed in the woods, and then we go, I guess I'll drink
we'll drink this. And then we were in a fucking bat cave, and we were like, didn't COVID come from a bat?
Yeah, we
Whatever.
repelled into what was the actual word? There's the
Cave?
cenote. Cenote, yeah.
You're
Yeah,
gonna
the
know
cave
that
where
better
you
than
like
I.
dive in those.
Yeah, so we went down on a rope
lake.
ladder, and then you immerse yourself in water, and then like when we're in water, he's like, oh, look down, and you can see the skeletons of dead bodies, and
Yeah.
we were like, oh. And there's bats
okay.
flying around. The thing is, so we signed up to do this excursion. It was like incredibly cheap. It was like $200, and we got privately escorted all over all day. It was just Krystyna, me, and like 2 tour guides. And then we also got like fish tacos like included in this.
Yeah, it was great.
But they didn't ask you your level of physicality before. And you make the reservation on the phone. So like,
You assume they're gonna.
I mean, you had to be so physically fit to do this. Like, we did it, but if it had been anyone a little older or someone who didn't go to the gym, like,
Or
you
like
would have died.
a bum knee, you're done.
You're fucked.
You're done.
mean,
What is it? Just long hike and back
We're
place?
climbing-
so much
Yeah.
climbing. So much. We took a boat. We did a zip
Kayaking,
line.
zip lining, climbing up and down rope ladders. You need so much upper body
to
strength.
get to go be propelled into this cave.
Yeah.
It was a lot of work.
How far away from Tulum is that?
An hour?
Yeah,
So
about
they
an hour.
take it's.
You go deep into the
Yeah, we just
woods
went
of
into a
the
stranger's
forest.
van. Bye.
Yeah.
I do hate tour guide or tours, but then at some point you're like, I'm never gonna be able to get to this place without it.
Yeah,
I don't want
I
like
want
a walking
education.
tour of New York, but I will take like, oh, you're gonna take me up to upstate to
Yeah.
Niagara Falls? I'll go with you.
And when
Yeah.
it's just a private tour, then they
right.
get to know you and like that you're cool, and then they'll tell you more stuff. So it'll be better.
We found a little spot.
Yeah.
Her eyes roll back, and she's like, all right.
Yeah, she looks like she's tripping.
What was the food like?
It was fucking delicious.
Really good.
There was no need to make a reservation anywhere because no one was
it
at
was
the
all
restaurant.
empty.
It was the food
lot
was
of
incredible.
fish.
The drinks, the cocktails were really beautiful. There's this one fucking cocktail that I got. Like came in a box of ice. It was so fucking cool.
Yeah, showmanship is very big in Tulum. So everything is a presentation, sparklers, lights.
Oh, wow.
cool?
In this box of ice?
Yeah, it like came in its own little cooler.
Wow.
The
trying
meals
to
were
think.
so
Dude,
incredible.
I love a presentation.
And they were all about that. Tulum is like Tulum is basic bitches that make money.
Yeah, 'cause even the beach
They're
food, like,
having new casinos in
So-
Vegas for basic bitches.
even food
Wow,
on the beach
beach?
is in a basket. We had breakfast on the beach every day in our own private cabana.
Did they make this guacamole dip like right there?
They
Yeah.
made it like right
Look at that
behind us.
breakfast,
jellies and,
dude.
like-
Look at that fucking breakfast.
So you just got pampered.
yeah. Yeah. As
I
the
mean-
world was shutting down and suffering.
Yeah, and so and I mean, this was the first time I had ever even like used the money for something not practical, and so it was very exciting because Krystyna and I didn't grow up with money, so
I
this
know.
was like.
It's like I'm like a kid with a bank
So you're
account.
like,
This was an incredible experience for us. And like I've taken other people on vacations like this since who grew up rich, and like the fact that they're so not impressed by it kind of breaks my heart.
Oh yeah,
you
this was
know?
like this
because
whole
to
thing
me
is
this was like
ours.
I worked so hard for this.
The born rich suck.
yeah.
They're never
honestly,
impressed by
yeah.
anything.
They're
Yeah.
lame as shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can,
New
like,
money's where it's at. New
money's where
money's
it's
fun
at.
as shit. 'Cause
Y'all
you'll do
got your
drugs.
forks?
Yeah.
You're like, yeah.
Yeah.
Were there like dudes there? Could you like get into anything
Oh,
or
like
not
to
really?
like fuck?
Or flirt or anything?
No,
Dance
I was
with?
still traumatized a little bit from my mushroom trip. That I was like, I'm just excited to be on the shore.
All right.
Yeah, we were. Neither of us were really. I think I was still dating someone at that time, but also when I go on vacation, it's funny. Like men and hooking up are the last things I'm thinking of.
Interesting.
On vacation, like if I'm in the city, I think a lot about it a lot more. But on a vacation, I don't think I've ever hooked up with anyone on a vacation.
You just don't give a shit.
No, it's just not why I'm there. I'm there to
Yeah.
escape real life and stress. And to me, like men is more stress
Yeah.
than fun.
Yeah,
I agree.
And also, Corinne and I both like the educational elements of,
Yeah,
of
we
the
love-
trip. Like
we love
I like
facts.
learning. I
Do you
want to
really?
learn.
Yes.
Hell yeah,
We're
dude.
dorks.
The ancient Mayans like
Yeah.
knew what was up.
Yeah.
And, like,
What
I
else
wanted
they
to
had?
learn
They had
about
the
that.
calendars. They had what
The
else? They had?
calendars, they had like like their
architecture?
psychedelics and how they
What?
integrated psychedelics into their life. Like, yeah.
What do you mean? How?
Oh my god, ayahuasca. Yeah, yeah. But they
That's
like
the whole.
treated it like with respect, you know?
Right.
Yeah. Where is it? Up here, right?
And there was this one, so the only bathing suit when we went on this one hike, when we got propelled into this cave, I had this really slutty bathing suit from Agent Provocateur that I bought for my birthday party.
It's going. There we go.
Nice. And it was the only one I brought on this trip. And they're like, okay, now you guys got to change your bathing suits to get propelled down to this cave. And I was like, and I looked and I'm like, I only brought the
I've got a
sluttiest
titty
one.
bikini.
And then like, this is me. It was so much when Corinne was saying like, this is a physical exertion, this fucking little trip this mini day trip we took. That's me coming out of the thing looking like a
Oh my
fucking
God, you look so
melted
frightened.
candle. Just
We
in
were
a
all-
slutty
That's a cenote?
fucking
Yeah.
bathing suit. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, with the slashes on the side.
We all were like dying
pussy's
laughing.
hanging out.
hiking bathing
My
suit.
pussy's hanging out, and the guy's like, okay.
We were all laughing so hard because it was just like, when you just wear the wrong thing
Yeah.
for what you got to do.
Yeah. Where you're like, it's happening. You always want to be overdressed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a far underdressed.
Yeah.
It was really fun though.
What else do the Mayans do? I don't know anything about them really besides the calendar.
Just the ancient civilization. The calendar, the
Building and playing to the death. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of things till the death. It feels like they really had a death wish going.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why they got wiped out.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's too much to the death. Wait, what did you hear about with the psychedelics with them? Like, what do they do and how do they
I
incorporate
just know
it?
that they had a lot of ayahuasca like ceremonies and stuff. That's all I really knew. I was a little like scarred from my mushroom trip, so I was like I wasn't inquiring much more other than what the tour guide let us know.
Yeah.
But
I think when we were in the woods, maybe the brew that we were supposed to drink maybe was supposed to be like representative of
Yeah.
something ayahuasca like, but they weren't actually giving out ayahuasca because obviously when you do that, that's a whole different.
Yeah, you're not
you
just
gotta,
going
like,
to casually
stay
do it
put.
on a hike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that we even just like let someone mix something up and then like they're explaining what it is, but they have a heavy accent because
Yeah, we're
they're
like,
like a woods person. And then you're like, okay, well, we don't want to be rude.
Yeah. Isn't
So-
it wild the shit you'll do when you're traveling with some like locals, like try this, you're like, okay.
Fuck it,
but like
yeah.
here in New York, like hey, can I talk to you? Like, beat it.
Yeah.
Like, free samples, fuck off.
Excuse me, do you have it? No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone was so nice, and we're like, we can't disrespect them in the woods
You're drinking
after
out
they
of a fucking
brewed.
shell of a bottomed out coconut.
that
or
they
some
got out of the
random
dirt.
trash.
Yeah, it seems really meaningful to them, so we got to go along with this.
So we have to. That's what I did in Ecuador. Somebody's like, hey, do you want the cure for COVID? We have it. So in the jungle. And we were like, we can't.
They did? They claim to.
We're like, how are you going to no, I'm good. Like, you can't do that. You'd have to be saying,
a
I don't
bold
respect you.
Right.
I don't think you're like as developed as me, so no.
Yeah.
It
That's
wasn't
the only
like
way to say no. It's just a
intravenous,
cure
though.
for the worst thing in the world.
Right? It wasn't a shot. It was just a drink.
It was just a drink.
Oh, thank God.
boy.
Shitty, awful drink.
Okay. Did it make you puke?
It'll make you forget about COVID, maybe.
No.
They gave us a bottle of it. They weren't trying to sell it. They just gave it and it's like, take a bottle cap of this every morning and you won't get it.
Oh, wow. They really believe.
Jesus.
Yeah, we
Okay.
did it.
All right.
We didn't get it.
Okay,
So we came
well,
back.
Nice.
We ran out of juice. Yeah, they had in the museums down there. They were saying how like shamans for ayahuasca were like on the level of warriors. Where
Yeah,
they're just spiritual warriors. And they're
Yeah, because
supposed
they
to
guide
through it.
you to like your past lives or your future lives or wherever the fuck this trip takes you. Yeah.
God, it's crazy. They had that level that they are in. When were Mayans? Pre Jesus?
That's a great question. All
Yeah, I
right.
think
Jesus?
so. I think
Pre-Jesus.
so. I don't know. I'm not a historian,
That
so
could be the name of this episode,
talking
When
out of
We're
my ass.
Mayans. Because we're not really sure.
I don't know, but they didn't have a lot of tools. They had to build shit with they had to like carry these rocks
A lot of
like on their
rock-based,
backs. So, they're akin to like the Native Americans with
Yeah.
yeah.
Do they say how they built the pyramids, unlike Egypt, where they're just like, who knows?
No, they just there's a lot of carrying.
Wow.
Yeah, like they were fucking strong. That's why this basketball game that they played, the basketball was made out of concrete.
Yeah.
Oh, what do you mean?
The
basketball
ball
itself? I think you meant the
was-
floor.
No, the ball.
Well,
yes, that
both.
too. But the ball was actually
Also,
concrete.
And they
yeah.
just had a
And you had to
fucking
throw
toss-
it in a basket. Yeah, it's wild.
Like a large shot put, I would explain it as.
Yeah.
Dribbling must not have been a
No,
I guess
prize-
that part. I don't think that was
prize
invented
part
yet.
of the game.
Yeah.
But they fought to the death in this basketball type game.
Damn.
Yep. And it was an
cool to
honor to
watch one of
die.
those.
They were honored to die.
Dude, some of these systems is like.
Yeah, they really tricked you.
You got
suck.
gypped.
You guys suck. Yeah. Today's episode of You Be Trippin' is brought to you by ButcherBox. Guys, who likes meat? I know I do. And ButcherBox gives you meat you can't beat. I know. What a change. Meat you can't beat by ButcherBox. They deliver it right to your door in a freeze container. I've gotten them. I've eaten them. It's delicious. Crate-free organic chicken, free-range beef, crate-free pork, but the best of all is lamb. Guys, why don't they just get lamb? If they got the Democrats and the Republicans together, they could solve everything. And the reason they won't get together is because there's no good food at the table. Lamb, ButcherBox. Can you just help this partisan politics end? Deliver some ButcherBox to Congress with all lamb. Listen, I don't want to tell you how to run your business. You do however you want. They're giving out promo codes and stuff, but I'm just saying, why not end partisan politics while you're doing it? I've gotten this ButcherBox. It comes right to your door in ice, like a not frozen ice, dry ice things, which, by the way, is half the fun. You put those in the sink afterwards, add a slow drip of water, and the whole thing bubbles up like it's spooky, like it's Halloween. I know that's not their selling point, but it is one for me. Today, ButcherBox is giving our listeners free ground beef for life. I didn't believe it. I had to read it twice. Free ground beef for life of your membership, plus an additional $20 off your first order. Use my link, butcherbox.com/trippin, and use the code TRIPPIN to get free ground beef for life, plus $20 off your first box. That's butcherbox.com/trippin, and use code TRIPPIN. Today's episode of You Be Trippin' is brought to you by Via. Guys, Via makes fine gummies. Edibles. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. It's for THC. They also have some without THC, but I don't think a single one of my listeners is interested in that. Let me tell you this list of things they told me to tell you can take gummies for. Need to chill out after a long day? There's a Via gummy for that. Sure. Dealing with anxiety or stress? There's a gummy for that. Absolutely. Want to set the mood in the bedroom? Well, there's a gummy for that too. Guys, I'm going to tell you about something not on the list. Want to get fucked up and enjoy Family Guy like you used to? Well, there's a gummy for that from Via. Get fucked up and enjoy Family Guy the way you used to in the old days when it was still good. Yeah, sure, maybe you're like me and you can only watch the first 2 acts of Family Guy and then just shut it off because now they do something where they try to wrap up every episode and you don't give a fuck. You don't give a fuck about the wrap up. Just give me the fucking jokes. The secret is to watch the first 2 acts. And once it goes to the third commercial, who cares how it wraps up? Guess what? Spoiler alert. Peter's not going to die. He's coming back next week. Stewie's still going to be evil. Brian's still going to be smarter than everybody. He's the Jew in the story. And his wife is a slut. I don't know what else to tell you. Enjoy it, but enjoy it the way you used to with Via gummies. Yeah, guys. I guess this is not the specific ad read they wanted, but I'm telling you for a fact, if you get Via gummies and fucking go for it, you will enjoy Family Guy the way you used to. So if you're 21 plus, that's right, because it's an inebriant. If you're 21 plus, check out the link to Via in our description and use the code TRIPPIN to receive 15% off. That's not bad. That's code TRIPPIN to receive 15% off. After you purchase, they ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them that I sent you. Celebrate 420 the right way with Via. Happy holidays. They spell it with a Z because days. Back to the episode. What tips would you give people going there? It's hard because we weren't there in a normal
Go
time.
during a pandemic.
Go right as the world is shutting down because of a global pandemic is for sure. There was a lot of
Excursions sounds like one.
excursions
Don't
are
just stay
great.
by
They
the
were
beach.
cheap as shit. They were really cheap.
Yeah.
And then-
Get a bike, I would say, because
Yeah.
like if that's Krystyna,
Get a bike, that's a
I
good
would have
one.
never like they. You know how hotels always say like you can use our bikes. I always scoff at that because I'm not a bike girl. But Krystyna was very into the bike thing, and
Yeah.
if she wasn't there, I wouldn't have taken the bike. But I'm so glad that we did.
Yeah.
Except for the one time when we tried to bike at night, and then we quickly panicked, and we're like, we're getting a taxi.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
no
We were gonna
lights.
die.
We were gonna die.
yeah, we were gonna die in the woods.
Yeah, but overall, biking around the town was the smartest way to travel because the roads, like people are going both ways, beeping at each other. It doesn't seem safe, and it doesn't even seem fast. So it's not like more productive.
Yeah,
to take
and
a
where we were in Tulum
cab.
is like
Car.
the best. We were right on the beach, so there was just one dirt road with
Yes.
all of the hotels, all of the boutique shops, all of the restaurants. Apparently, in Tulum, there's like a more city area that we did go to.
I went to
Yeah.
it. You were mostly getting, I think, like some kind of a massage
yeah, I
done,
got
and
so
I
many
walked
massages.
around the actual town of Tulum, where the people
That's
who
the business area of it?
that's the people who are actually native to Tulum. They live there.
Yeah.
And so it's like, they're selling goods. But honestly, the goods are just as expensive and the town's just not as nice. So I
Yeah.
say, you're going to spend...
Don't even go.
The thing about, it was nice to walk around for one night, but like compared to the more like Soho-y area of Tulum, it's just like, it seems more generic Mexico.
Yeah.
And also everything's just as expensive. So if you're going to spend a crap ton of money,
Might as well be
go
on
to
the
the
beach.
bougie part.
Yeah.
And I'm not even like a person who loves bougie stuff, but it was.
Yeah, but half it's you want bargains. You'll be like, oh, I got this
Exactly.
nice
A
shirt
lot
for
of bargaining.
$1.
Yeah, no, and you're not getting that there. Everything is so expensive.
There is bargaining there?
wasn't there bargaining on the beach?
Yeah, I mean, you
you
could
barter.
bargain. I mean, the people selling like, on the beach, that
Yeah.
wasn't as expensive, but like the shops that looked very like kind of run down that you think would be cheap, just as expensive.
'Cause
I
it's
mean,
touristy.
spending
Tulum's
hundreds.
I got a
overrun,
notebook
right?
with a painting of Donald Trump on the front in clown makeup, and it was like $25.
Yeah.
But I'm like, this is hilarious. So
Right.
It is hilarious. Yeah, you'd expect that to be $2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Or
exactly.
with something where it's like, this is funny, a beach thing.
Yeah, you're gonna spend a lot of money.
They gouge.
Damn, that's interesting because you think Mexico, you think like poor.
No, you're gonna spend
No,
a
they
lot of
know.
money.
They know Americans got the paper.
It's
It
extremely
is
expensive.
the tourist spot of Mexico. Almost.
I would say Cancun is.
Cancun, you're right. Cancun.
Cancun
Tulum's
is like
newer
ugh. Tulum, yeah, exactly.
on people's like radar.
Well, Tulum became the place where people who hang out in, Soho or Beverly Hills, I feel like, go.
Yeah.
And so it was kind of like, it was just not a place that I would have gone, but again, inspired by a friend who lives a much different lifestyle than I do.
It's like Cancun is like I'm in college or I just finished
Spring
college,
break.
my spring break. And there's this new class of like 31-year-old
yes.
professional woman
Yeah.
and man who are like, I don't want to
like a
stay
private cabana.
8 to a fucking room.
Yeah.
You know, I want to just, I have some money. I make $60,000 a year. Can
Yeah.
we just go on a vacation?
Yeah, Tulum is for like men who wear fashionable hats.
Yeah.
That's
And like a
Tulum
bracelet.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A leather laptop bag.
Yep.
Was it dangerous? Did you feel danger when you were there?
Not a one bit.
Interesting.
Not a one goddamn
Only
bit.
when we went on the bikes at night, but that was our own
Yeah,
fault.
that was our own doing. But the tour, even when we went like an hour outside to go to
Yeah.
to hike the Mayan ruins, like that was really cool. I love seeing like Mexico. Like, what's the rest of it look like? Because these resorts are like in their own little world, right?
It's
And then
not
you
part of anything.
And then you look at people's houses and you're like, oh, your roof is like half there. Okay, shit.
Yeah.
That shit's weird, right?
Yeah. But then you realize tourism is such a big
Exactly.
industry
So
there,
then you convince yourself not to feel bad about
Uh-huh.
it because you're
You're like,
pumping money into the
I'm
economy.
helping their economy.
I mean, you are.
And they're also
You
they
are.
seem
You are.
to be happier with little, and you're like, fuck, that's a nice spiritual way to live life. Like, it
That's
was
true.
nice.
Mexico, people really seemed happy.
So fucking happy. Our tour guide was the
With
sweetest
half a
fucking
roof.
guy. Yeah, and he had 2 kids and a wife. Like, he was lovely. He had the best stories to tell us, and he was a dope guy.
But
yeah.
that's like what you're saying, where it's like if those people grew up with even less money than you.
Oh, 100%.
So they're
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and they're just happy to
Impressed by
have
a
tourist
little.
season.
Damn. That sounds pretty fucking cool. What was the weather like when you were there?
It's perfect.
Perfect.
I don't even think it rained once.
Yeah, I don't think it rained either.
And when we did get out in time, I think like the airport shut down a couple days after we got
Yeah, it was
back.
like 1 or 2 days later the border shut down.
Were you like? I remember talking to one of you then, or texting.
Yeah, you were. Yeah, you did because I think you were thinking of maybe going. You texted one of
Maybe. And I
us.
was like, "What's going on there?" And it was
Yeah.
like,
absolutely not a goddamn thing.
yeah, yeah. It sounds fucking.
And there were all these
perfect.
brand new restaurants that opened in Tulum, and I'm like, damn, this is we are
empty.
Yep.
And the great thing was we were still trying to be responsible, and most of the restaurants are outdoors or
Right.
have a really
Before they knew about that, though.
Yeah, but that's just because how Tulum is set up, because you want to be outdoors because it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we were just like, okay, well, we won't go to like any nightclubs or like anything that is completely closed. And we were
Yeah.
able to do the whole time without ever going to a fully enclosed place. And neither of us
I
got
don't even
COVID on that
know
trip.
at this point. I don't even know that we knew it was airborne. Did we? Like, I don't know.
We
was
did know that
awesome.
we
It was
shouldn't
so
be in
weird,
tight
yeah.
spaces. We knew
Okay.
that because I remember like discussing there was like a karaoke night or something that we passed, and we're like, oh, we probably shouldn't go to that.
Yeah,
because it's
sharing
like
a mic.
you know, like and it's like in a
Sharing a
closed
mic was a big
bar.
thing.
It felt like not a good idea, so we didn't do that.
Yeah, remember those innocent days?
So many different things.
And then the
swap out
masks
mics.
happened, and you're like, a mask.
Yeah.
What is this
Okay,
mask
why?
thing?
I thought
Yeah.
you said it's not airborne.
Yeah.
It was so different so many times. Did what was the beaches like? Was Stillwater or like
Holy
choppy
shit.
or like?
It was no, it wasn't.
'Cause
It
it's
was
up here, right? It's in the Gulf.
yeah. It was warm. It was like bath water, crystal clear bath water. There was a lot of seaweed and a lot of like it was. I should have brought water.
Yeah, I didn't
shoes.
spend that much time in the water because I feel like it wasn't like the water. It wasn't that super like pleasant. I don't remember a lot of people being in the water. I mean,
No,
there wasn't
they
a lot of
weren't.
people
Really?
there.
It was just people like on the beach.
Because the cabana was so nice and the sun was so perfect and warm. So we were just sitting in that. And then this guy behind us was like, you guys are going to get really bad sunburn.
Oh,
and we just got
yeah.
mad for a strange
Yeah.
man for talking
Don't
to
tell
us.
me what to do, sir.
Because he was just a random white guy also on vacation.
Yeah,
It
I'm
wasn't
like,
like
ew.
a person from Tulum.
wanna hear
Because if
from
it was
you.
a person from Tulum, we would have been like, okay.
Yeah.
But it was just a guy not minding his own business. And we're like, we left town so we didn't have to deal with you.
With
fucking
you, you
prick.
idiot. This
Yeah.
is the beach. This is where you were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, it does look nice with nobody
And just a
fucking there.
coconut water out of a coconut, like fuck me.
Yeah.
Fuck me up.
Damn. And so it's one of those where they just come around and be like, "Oh, some fries, please."
Yeah. it
Yeah,
was
and,
just
and
get
there's
it
like
for
a
you.
wait staff when you're in a cabana.
Oh, do they have that? A lot of random dogs.
A lot
yeah,
of
there
beach
was some
dogs.
dogs. I like that.
Ben,
Yeah.
Remember that when you used to play with random beach dogs? Wasn't that your favorite? And you run off like
Beach
an hour away and
dogs.
you come running
I was
back.
like, be careful. There's gonna be some nudes in there, so I don't know where they're coming. Ari,
I'll stop as soon as I see them.
I'll stop as soon as I
Yeah,
see
sure.
them.
I'll stop, take a screenshot, send it to me.
Conserve el espacio.
Yeah, I love taking pictures of like a
There's
can
a lot
of
of
soda
rooftop
that's
things,
not
too.
there.
There's a lot of things on the rooftop, so a lot of the places, even
Wow.
on the beach, they had a lot of treetop shit. So a lot of
Jungle the whole
stores.
way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because there was that one boutique where you bought something,
Damn.
and then the lady was
Yeah.
like, "Do you want to climb to the roof?"
Yeah,
and we're like,
yeah.
"Yeah."
Yeah, she's like, oh,
What were
can-
you standing on?
It was just like
Just
it was like a giant tree fort.
Yeah, there was a ladder in the shop, and you could climb up the ladder in the shop.
Oh yeah.
And again, it felt
these were all the things you could buy at the pharmacy there.
yeah, it felt like a
Painkillers.
thing that like
if I was addicted to painkillers,
Oh
I would
my
have had the best time
god.
of my life.
Painkillers, diet pills, Solstanon. What is that?
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Amoxicillin. I've heard of that.
Yeah.
I feel like
that's
it's,
an
That's just like
antibiotic.
regular
Okay.
antibiotic. Yeah.
Motrin. Why even
Who
list
gives a
that?
shit? Yeah.
Cialis, Soma. That's a good fun
What's
one.
Soma?
Soma's a downer, I think.
Oh.
You're supposed to take it with like a couple drinks, and then really.
I wish I had
really
known
get
this
forgetful. yeah,
Really get close with
they
suicide.
were big in San Diego.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, back then. Yeah, Z-Pack. That's for food disorder, not food disorder.
That's like if you
upset
have a
stomach.
cold coming on and you take a Z-Pack.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because my friend's really big into those. See, when I'm
So
in other
for
countries,
Retin-A.
I just get like medicine for like UTIs and
Valtrex.
yeast infections because usually you have to go to the
I should've got some
OBGYN for
amoxicillin.
that.
Human growth hormone.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, American Express accepted.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yep.
Yeah.
Damn. It's funny. Dude, I took Z-Packs for that. I remember they selling like when you have like upset stomach, not upset, but like food poisoning.
Oh, you
Take
can do
one
a
a day for
Z-Pack for
3
that
days.
too.
And then Joe List got it when he was visiting me in Ecuador. And I was like, oh, I have a Z-Pack. You should take that one a day. And then he got home and his doctor was like, never listen to Ari. No, that was not, you should not have done that.
That's so
really?
funny.
Did it fuck him up?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, I don't think that's for stomach. I think that's for cold.
Yeah.
He goes, in the future, just
flu.
don't go to your comedian friends for medical treatments.
For all your wellness needs.
Damn.
Also,
Go
the
this way.
Mayans were very little, so this is one of
Really?
the tunnels. This was one of the tunnels. They were like short and tiny.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You ever hear of psychogeography?
No.
It's
What's
something.
that?
It's something that makes you move around a place.
Oh.
And so if it's like history is one of the things, you know, I want to
interesting.
learn about the
Oh, this was the basket. This was one of the baskets for the game.
Wait,
it
it's-
looked like
it's
it actually.
on, it's on a
It's-
pyramid.
Yep, it's on. It's the whole game is played on a slant, and you have to get the ball through that thing.
So-
it looks like a Ouija board thing.
Is
like
is the course whatever the field up
It's a
there or is
court.
it down here and you got to run up?
It's like a skateboard ramp, almost.
So most people would be on the bottom here.
Bottom and on the sides.
You run up the sides.
You're
and
running up the
fucking try
sides
to throw
and-
concrete
yeah.
through this
Yeah,
fucking.
and there's guards. There's like the
There's gotta
equivalent
be
of
strategies and
point guard.
shit.
Yeah.
Wow. Damn, that I would want them to put one of those games on. Like not to the
I
death,
know.
but like I want
to
to see how it's
demonstrate.
played.
Yeah.
How long are you guys there for?
5 days?
Yeah, about
I
5 days.
think.
Yeah.
Was that enough time or not really? It must have been every day. We were like, should we go home today? Should we go home today?
Kinda.
It's getting worse. You must have been hearing
It was
reports.
fun to watch everyone freak out from Tulum.
Yeah, we weren't. I felt a little bit guilty, but we weren't.
not.
But we weren't.
Guilty for what? What are you gonna do? Come home and help?
You know
Your
what?
presence makes it worse for everybody.
You know what? I did feel guilty, so I started buying people groceries from the hotel
did,
room.
that's right, that's right.
I bought people like
Yeah.
$5,000 in
Yeah.
groceries.
People
She
from
did.
America?
Yeah.
Yeah, like people who didn't have money.
I mean, I was gonna do it anyway, but I was
a
like,
dog on the
I
beach.
can't
Street
just
dogs.
justify this, so I did start doing some charity work.
That's nice.
But
I had no guilt, zero.
but also I think 5 days was enough because I don't know, like, you know, when it's a real relaxing vacation.
This is
We
a
saw
ceremony.
everything though, and also we didn't need as much time because everything took less time because there was no one there.
Oh right, so
Yeah.
no lines.
Right.
Right,
Exactly.
zero line.
What is this?
Yeah, so
That's-
this is like an altar
What?
type thing for a ceremony.
That's
That's,
in the
where
jungle.
he concocted
When I picture
the...
Tulum, I picture the beach, but it seems like it's right next to the jungle.
Well,
It's
so
jungle
this is
and
where the
beach.
Mayan ruins are. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's jungle and beach. The jungle leads up to the beach.
Can I just say how fucking great the iPhone is?
Yeah, it is.
These are
It's
the
awesome.
best pictures
Yeah,
I've ever
aren't they
seen in my
great?
life.
Yeah, yeah. And then apparently this was crocodile-infested waters that they wanted us to kayak.
You did though.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
kayaked
we
it.
did. Yeah.
Did you see any crocs?
No, I was bummed, but we saw a lot of wild monkeys.
Yeah,
They
there was
were
a lot of
so
monkeys.
freaking cute.
Did you see get the howler monkeys? The ones that really
Look at that
get
dick.
loud.
I saw the howler
Balls
ones in
and dick
Costa
on that
Rica.
thing.
I don't know if we saw them in Tulum.
The dick is kind of an innie. The balls are,
It's like a guy's dick.
yeah, it's like a guy's dick.
It looks like a guy's dick.
It's almost like we're related.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of dick and ball shots of monkeys.
Would you, if you had to go, would you go back? First of all, I guess.
Man, I really enjoyed it. In
I
a
love
very
it, but
unique
I like
fashion.
I would just go to a new place because that's always my thought. I want to go back to a new place.
Yeah.
And then I went to the trip I went on after because COVID was still happening, and so you don't have a lot of options. I went to Costa Rica the year after
friends
for
did
my
that, yeah.
for my birthday a year ago, and then going to Costa Rica after going to Tulum. I think I would probably go back to Costa Rica because number one, Tulum would never be as good because I could tell
Yep.
I could tell by
Yep.
the description of the people that go to Tulum that I would have absolutely hated them. And so it really worked out. And then going to Costa Rica is just it has a very similar feel to Tulum, but is a lot more focused on animals and wildlife.
Costa Rica. It's all about nature.
And
Yeah.
so to me, and that's why I went. And so to me, if I was going to go back to a similar place, I would probably go to Costa Rica. But Tulum, I have truly perfect memories of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
also it's like you're never gonna beat that
Yeah,
time there.
you're not
This
gonna.
is one of the things. I took a screenshot of this post from Instagram while we were in Tulum because no one knew what COVID was yet. People magazine, and it was just this old man in a old folks' home on the other side of the window, looks like his kid. In order to protect her grandfather's health, this granddaughter had to get creative when it came to telling her about her engagement. Tap the link in our bio for the full story. And we're just reading all these pics of like people not being able to be together. And I'm like, can I get my pancakes now in Tulum? Thank you. So that was a little weird.
Dude, I did the same thing when I was in Ecuador during January 6th.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and I'm lying in a hammock smoking a cigar, and all of a sudden my phone starts blowing up. And like, are you
Yo.
seeing this? I'm like, what do you mean, like this? This great scenery?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And they're like, no, I'm like,
the best time of my life.
you just hear people screaming, but it doesn't go in.
Yeah, right.
Was it like that? Where you're
Yeah.
like, I can feel you guys are upset. I'm
Yeah.
not feeling it.
I am thousands of miles away.
I just knew that I was gonna have to go back to real life, and I was like, I'm here. I gotta enjoy this while I'm here.
Yeah.
And
It was great. Great food, great nature, great educational experiences.
yeah.
Damn.
And I was coming off like a really like Krystyna was going through it. I was just like I was really like burned out, I think, by that time. Which is why I ended up enjoying the quarantine so much, because I just had so much on my plate. And I remember like a couple days before we left, I was looking at my workload and I'm going, I don't know how I'm gonna get all of this done. I just don't know how physically I'm gonna get all of this done. And then I go, I don't have to do any of it now.
Yeah, it was so great. It just made everyone take a vacation.
Yeah.
It was
and
so
you
necessary.
didn't have the feeling of like, well, I'll fall behind. Like, finally
Yeah.
now you won't.
And you can't have FOMO if you tried because nothing was happening.
Nothing
That's what I
except
loved
Mark
about
Norman's touring schedule. This was
What a
chock full
selfish
of dates. Yeah.
Well, in retrospect, I was like, oh, I guess I
That
could have been
obsessed
becoming
maniac.
TikTok famous, but I'm glad I didn't know that at the time because it forced me to take a break. So
Yeah. Why not? I mean,
Yeah, we
Yeah.
could have used. Yeah, you could have used the
we
quarantine.
could have
to
really
TikTok
been making
famous.
some videos, but it's
but who
fine.
cares? It's like,
Hindsight,
come on.
man. You know.
I truly remember the quarantine as it's one of the best like periods of time in my adult life that I was
Honestly,
able to
same.
spend.
Because then
Same.
right after we got back
Also
from
same.
Tulum, I got a puppy, and I was like, "This
Oh.
is the best."
Yeah, there was so many people. As long as you're not one of those people who are like, I did it for 6 months, I'm giving it away. There was a flood of
my
people
God,
going like,
no.
actually,
yeah, that was terrible.
quarantine's over. You can have this back.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Those people should be sedated.
Well, surrendering animals is also big like during the holiday time because a lot of people get gifted animals. That's why I'm like,
Oh my God,
I always
gifted
post
animals?
like,
You
do
gotta
not.
ask.
yeah, that's a heads up gift.
You can't give someone an animal.
My brother keeps saying my sister or her kids want a dog, and we're like, Mike, let's just get her one.
Yeah, if
And
they want one,
Yeah,
that's-
and he's like, you can't. She'll be so mad. She's either gonna have to give away this dog,
Yeah.
Ah,
or she's gonna be forced to take care of it.
Yeah.
Like it has to be her decision.
yeah.
yeah.
It's a big decision. It's a living thing, right, Bandit?
Are there any guys? Do you guys have any recommendations for if people go there, like what to do or
Get massages. They're really cheap and they're really spiritual and they're really into like, Reiki
That's
and
true.
healing and stuff. I had like some, they have like healers that work at these massage places, these spas, and they are the most beautiful spas I've ever seen in my entire life. Just perfectly manicured. Like inner peace is their vibe in Tulum, and you can get massages for good rates.
Yeah, and also like talk to the concierge because they really their recommendations were really good.
Mm-hmm.
And normally I don't like other people telling me what to do, but here I think like they just seem to give a shit more.
At least
Yeah.
you can ask for that. I did that once in I forget where it was. So French Polynesia. That's where I was like, are there any good restaurants around here? Like, yeah, if you go down that road like 30 minutes, there's the restaurant we all go to.
Yeah.
You can also say
Always
no to the
ask locals.
recommendation, but like,
Of course.
they might know a good spot.
Yeah.
if they're not on the take. Wait, how much were the quanto cuesta massage?
About $80. It wasn't
80
that bad.
bucks?
And it was like a luxury massage.
Yeah, it was a really nice facility.
Yeah.
Because you went back. You went 2 times.
Yeah, I went twice.
I went
'cause
the
was like,
first
this
night
shit
with
is-
her.
I'm never
So
going to get
great to go
something this
back
high
to a
quality, this
massage.
low price.
Well, you got some kind of a sound healing.
Yeah,
the
I
next
got a
day,
sound
right?
healing. 'Cause
What does that mean?
I just laid in this hammock while she just had crystal healing bowls, and she just, you rub the outside of the bowl with a wand, and it makes this noise that just brings you to your knees. Like it's so peaceful.
Really?
Yeah,
People's
yeah.
intentions feel better when they're not speaking the same language that you speak. You
It's
know,
true.
so these could have been the worst people in the world, but like it
They could've
just
been doing
sounded
voodoo on
like
me,
they
and I'm
were
like,
doing
this
nice
is
things
awesome.
because they were speaking.
They seem
Spanish.
pure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Seemed more healing.
Damn, that's cool. You got a bunch of them. Getting a massage right after a massage is a baller move.
Yeah, it is. It
It's
is.
a high level move.
It goddamn is.
That's
And
a
I was
high-level
like, you know what?
vacation.
I got to feel better. Let's put some paper on it.
Jeff
Yeah.
Keith told me he went to, I think it was Jeff Keith. That is somebody else, but he said he went to like Thailand or something like that, and it was like he got a massage, and they're all like $10 there on the beach.
Oh wow.
Holy
yeah,
shit.
and then he goes next day like massage, like no, I got one yesterday, and then they're like massage, and he's like, oh yeah, right, yeah, for
$10,
sure.
sure.
And he goes every day. It was like, you ready for me? Yes,
So
why would you not?
That's incredible.
Yeah, it's the cheapest massage you'll ever get.
Yeah, and I needed human touch. Like I hadn't been dating anybody, and I just went through that like major traumatizing mushroom trip, and I was like, I need someone to touch me in a gentle way, but that's not sexual.
That's true. That's
perfect.
Can I ask you separately? Tangent. This is the section of this podcast where we tangent.
Okay.
When's the next time you did mushrooms after that?
Like 6 months.
6 months later,
Yeah.
and then you were like, I'm ready to go back in.
Yeah.
Were you nervous the next time?
Nah, it was great. It was great. Because now I have the chocolates that I have. I'm very used to them. I know exactly what to expect. And I've done them. There's the person I'm seeing now. I do the mushroom chocolates with him a lot. And we know what we're in store for. We know there's like 10 minutes of like whoa, and then we're off to the races. Let's paint. Let's let's make pottery. Let's do some crafty shit.
Did you pottery on mushrooms?
Yeah, like clay.
That's great. That concludes the section of the episode where it's a tangent. Okay, let's get back to Tulum.
Good tangent, Ari.
Thanks. Would you tell anybody to stay away from anything? Like, don't do this, don't eat this type of food, anything.
I got sick one day, but I think it was just like the normal, like I did throw up one day, but I don't know what it was from. It might have been from like I throw up pretty easily though, so I think it was like I was drinking like.
If you cough so much, do it right now.
I can't do it on demand.
Look right in Ari's eyes.
Like
my eyes will make
fresh.
it tough.
I think it was like fresh beet juice because I'm very into fresh beet juice, and so you know how sometimes maybe like the fresh fruits and vegetables don't sit with you well in another country. So I just like felt it coming. I like left my cabana. I was like, I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Went, threw up in the room, which was a hop, skip it, a jump it away, and then I was like, I feel better, and then I went back and sat in the sun again.
And we both slept in the same bed,
nice.
so we were really like the
Did
poop
you really?
schedule was great.
Yeah, because this is a really beautiful hotel, really set up for people going,
like couples,
couples, and it's a huge bed. So,
oh God, that was the cutest move I've ever
stretch.
seen. Bandit, that was
Bandit,
so
How about
cute.
show Krystyna some attention?
yeah, because I was just gonna stay with my best friend anyway. So it was like a big bed, and it was like one of those rooms where like
That's
the whole
female privilege.
well, no, I mean my it was booked for my male best friend. He's gay though.
The two dudes can't do that.
Oh, I mean, you
Oh,
could. You
you
could if you just
suck
get
it
past
up.
Oh
yourself.
yeah,
You
no,
don't
sure.
do it on the road?
Oh yeah, sure. We'd have to keep it quiet forever.
Keep it quiet.
We would get tortured.
Oh my God, really?
Oh well, hey, you and Reggie gonna
For
sleep
being
next
poor
to each other
or
again?
for being gay?
No, I've
Yeah.
heard of some guys on the road, like when they really don't have any money, like having to
done it.
share a bed. Yeah.
It's just not doable.
Because I mean, you have to remember, for the first part of our career, we were sharing rooms.
Oh, yeah.
All the
yeah.
time, and
Yeah.
even if we sometimes sharing beds, mostly two double beds, but sharing rooms a lot.
Sharing rooms with separate beds. I do remember that too, where it's like,
Yeah.
hey, you can open, but like I can't afford. I'll get a place with two beds.
I'm out money if I get
Yeah.
you a separate
I
room.
still do that with my feature if it's a really low paying gig because I'd rather bring her than not bring her. But I was like, I can't lose money
We're
on this
bunking.
gig, or I have to make some money. And also, honestly, it's like fun. It's just like
It is
hanging out
fun.
with a sister.
I roomed with Bert once. The last time we did Sober October, we're gonna go to the Joker's cruise the next day. So we're in
fuck.
New Orleans,
Oh wow!
and then we're breaking our sobriety, and we're drinking all night. I was like, let's just get a room and
You're
we'll
gonna
just sleep.
you have to shit and barf at the same time.
I did barf at night when he was sleeping, and he
Nice.
slept through it. because
Honestly,
he's-
I went on vacation with a guy I was seeing a couple years ago, and we went to we were in the Catskills, and we took Molly, but it was like this pure liquid Molly, and I had never
Whoa,
taken it in that
liquid Molly.
form before,
Really?
and it was way too strong for me, and so I spent my birthday projectile vomiting and then like just diarrheaing, and he was like, but honestly, like it was
a bonding
It was a
moment.
bonding moment.
Aw. And
was-
plus you're on Molly, so you're like, oh, I feel so warm.
It was also someone who like was like, this is, but they was like, when like someone likes you so much that you're like, I can take a shit and it's not going to change anything.
That's the best. That's
And so
insurance.
That's
it was-
a Hallmark card.
Shit insurance is
Yeah.
a great hallmark of a relationship.
it was that level. So I was like, I'm good. We're fine.
Damn. I'm trying to think what else to tell me about Tulum. What'd you guys get into every day? Did you just hung the beach or?
Yeah, beach every morning. Like I remember like
Drink
setting
every
my
day?
alarm like for pretty early because then I would just get up and lay down on the beach.
Yeah.
As soon as the sun came
Yeah.
up
It's the
because
best.
why not?
When you're in
Yeah.
another country, it's almost like you're tired. Like, well, go take a nap out there.
Exactly.
Right, exactly.
Get going and then get your coffee.
Yeah, and the whole front of the hotel room, is open basically. So as soon as you open it in the morning, like you're on the
Fresh
beach.
air.
The only thing you had to walk past to get to the beach from our room was a
Another
beautiful
room.
pool.
Yeah.
So you're like, oh, I have to walk
past.
past our private pool to the bigger pool for everyone, and that no one was ever in because there was no one else in the hotel.
Oh, and I remember the fucking snacks that came with the room were so delicious. We
Like
ate
what?
all of them.
I don't remember them.
There's
Maybe you
just,
ate them all.
salty, cinnamon, sugary.
Ooh.
Oh. And I'm not I love snacks. I don't usually love sugary stuff, but I think I ate all of them.
You probably did. I can't snack as much because I have to be like so careful about my weight. But yeah,
I snacked.
I ate a lot of vegetables.
But one tip
and
I would
eggs.
say is go to like a convenience store or a drugstore to get snack, because like I'm an in the middle of the night snacker because I smoke weed. So and I did smuggle marijuana.
Did you find? I was gonna say.
I just smuggled it because
Okay.
I don't want to try to find
Vapes
marijuana.
or flower?
Flour.
Wow, you smoke a
You roll it in a
flower.
tampon and with tea bags. Oh, I'm so good at
Yeah,
that.
tea bags that eat the smell up.
Yeah, and then you put it by all these tampons, and
Does the-
security's like, ugh, okay.
Does the weed smell like the tea? Does it like pull in the
Yeah,
smell?
when I take the weed back out, yeah, it smells like a little bit like green tea.
But that's fine.
But tea
Yeah,
smells
for sure.
nice.
It
Yeah.
smells nice. Actually, it's a good thing to do regardless.
Yeah, so bring your own weed.
But if you get caught smuggling weed into Mexico,
Wait,
it's
was that
embarrassing.
with you? Was this trip where we were in the back of a truck? Did we drive in the back of a truck at all? This is another Mexico trip that I was in.
Well, I think it was a like, wasn't it like a pickup truck or van that we were in? Because it was like there was the two tour guides, the male and the female.
Yeah, well, we were in the van when we did the caves and the Mayan ruins. Did we do one excursion or two?
I can't
forget.
remember. I
forget.
can't remember.
I want to dive in those cenotes. I want to see
Oh,
what.
it's amazing.
It's
I mean,
really cool.
It's wild. Like to know that there's like bones of dead people under you, but then there's all these bats, and and the only way you can get to the cave is propelling down.
Wow.
Yeah,
How do you
maybe
do that
bring
with
your own
scuba diving
goggles.
equipment?
Well, it's not scuba diving because you just peek up under enough that you can hold your breath. You're not going so deep.
They give you like snorkeling gear.
But you should maybe like I couldn't really see through the
Rentals?
the things that they gave me
Yeah.
because you know how like it has to like suck to your face just right so you can see it. So maybe bring your own goggles that fit well. If
I would
you
also
can.
say water
better.
shoes, because the ocean was
Yeah.
great, but the bottom floor of the ocean, there's a lot of shells and a lot of rocks, and I feel like I could have had a much better, more relaxed time had I had water shoes.
Oh, this is that's a good tip.
good tip,
That's
right?
a good tip.
Water
Yeah.
shoes, I feel like used to be very cool. I used to get them at Bradley's when I was a kid.
Uh-huh.
And they went out of style, but I think they are
It's
really
just like
stopping us
thin
for
rubber.
exploration.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Water
like
shoes
those
are
Skechers
amazing.
toe shoes, but you wear them in the ocean.
That should be one of those where it's like, what do I need to know about Tulum? It's like, oh, bring water shoes. You won't
Yeah.
enjoy the water as much if you have to like walk on the hard shells.
Yep.
Yeah. And then also like really, pack like you're gonna do some physical activities.
Sneakers
Damn.
and
'Cause I think
workout gear. That's all you
Americans like
need.
underestimate like even when I was in the rainforest in Costa Rica, I wish I had like an actual hiking
Oh,
boot.
right. Yeah.
Because
yeah,
like
yeah.
when I think athletic, I think Reeboks, but like
Yeah, no, you need, like,
It's muddy and it's like,
Yeah,
you just go
Paragon
over
fucking
rocks.
hiking boot.
yeah, you need actual.
I was gonna do REI is usually the best, but like I was gonna go hike one of those ones in Zion where you hike like underwater the whole time. It's up to your waist.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and I was like, what shoes do I need? They're like open-toed sandals would do, but like with a good cushion. I was like, okay. And then I was like, read a thing on that, and they go, definitely not open-toed. You'll stub
the
your
fuck?
toe. And I was like, show them that. Like, oh, I guess I'm wrong. I'm like, can you
All
help
right,
me?
REI.
All right,
Fucking-
REI, your fucking reputation.
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
How is the fresh juice?
Amazing. Like
The
I am.
tropics, dude. It's
I
the best.
love beet juice, and it was so. I was like, I'll drink it. I don't even care if that's what made me sick. I'll
It's
drink it again.
fresh.
It's so good.
And
Yeah,
it's
the
just
food was really fucking
It's
fresh.
just flavor that like the pineapples. You have those down there.
Yeah, and they also like included
The
like
coconuts?
jicama and
Yeah.
everything, and I love jicama.
What's jicama?
It's the white one that has kind of like the crunchiness of like the inside of a radish. Maybe it tastes like I would
Okay.
explain it like.
Interesting.
I love jicama. Yeah.
Yeah, even when we were on the excursion we were hiking the ruins, on the way back, like in the middle of the trip from the hotel to the thing, on the way back to the hotel, we stopped at like a side deli, like a deli, Mexico's version of a deli, and the food was so fucking good.
That's a delicious fish tacos. Yeah.
Yes.
And if
They
you
have a
like
lot of
Their
tacos.
ceviche,
fish tacos were incredible.
They're
ceviche
fresh,
is a
right?
good place.
Fuck, I'm
I mean,
hungry.
it's a good place to eat.
ceviche.
Yeah, if you're into ceviche.
Starving.
Yeah.
I am. What right now?
Yeah, really.
We're done
I
in
want
10
this
minutes.
food again. in my life.
Yeah, yeah. Tacos. I'm glad that's there because you can see some tourist spots where like, oh, we don't actually do the local food. We just do like tourist food.
And they had like one of the restaurants we went to. They had like different types of cuisine. I don't know if it was like a Thai restaurant.
Yeah,
or
we
like-
went to what was it? Was it
Middle Eastern?
Indian? It was like some kind of Middle Eastern meat
Yeah.
because it was really ostentatious inside. It was beautifully decorated.
Yep.
Yeah, and then you got sick in that one.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Really?
Such a sensitive stomach.
And the weird
annoying.
thing is you can't flush toilet paper.
Oh yeah.
So you're just
you have to
shitting
shit and put the
and putting it in a
toilet-
way.
Oh my God, that's a great tip. Just know when you go, bring butt wipes.
Bring butt wipes is the
Bring
new tip for Tulum.
Butt wipes, because you're gonna have to throw them in the. Do not throw them in the toilet because you're gonna fuck up all their plumbing.
And you feel so disgusting because you're wiping your ass
and
there's
putting
just
it in a fucking
that someone else has to clean
basket,
out, and it's gross.
And there
you feel
wasn't
so
even like a
bad.
You
bag
feel
in
so
the
bad
wastebasket.
for them. It's just an empty, and it's just like shit, and you have to cover it in like 20 different.
Sorry,
You're like, is there
I
even a
turned you
tip
off
jar or
because-
something here that I can contribute? Because
Yeah.
this is awful.
Some kind of air tightness.
Yeah.
This was the Middle Eastern Mediterranean restaurant. This was like the entryway to it.
Oh, that's
It was
beautiful.
really beautiful. Yeah, they had these ornate dried flowers. It was like a hallway of dried flowers.
Do you have a picture of your shit toilet?
Yeah, that-
Shit paper.
This was one of the recommended places from the concierge, and I'm very glad that we went here because the food was good, even because I think we just ended up each getting sick one time, but I
Yeah.
mean
That's not
I think
bad.
it was not necessarily because of any specific thing. Just
Yeah.
probably drinking like. Because like you're not supposed to drink the water, but obviously you're brushing your teeth. Like they
And
didn't
the
say
ice.
anything against it.
And
Yeah.
ice. That's right. You can't brush your. You're not supposed to brush your teeth with the water.
You're
we
not, but they
did.
don't say anything, and then you forget.
Wait, are you allowed to drink water there or not?
Well, they give you bottled water. Like
So
the
they
room
tell
gave you
you
bottled
not
water
to.
for
But they
free.
don't make
Yeah.
a big deal about like, oh,
They do have
don't
the
use
Ramada
the
here,
faucet.
too.
Thing is, like our
So-
cocktails had ice in them, and I'm like, is this bottled water ice? I guess it is.
Right.
Yeah, maybe it is.
And then they don't like. It's like it feels like okay. Well, you should remind people
Constantly.
because obviously like I'm gonna put my toothbrush under
Yeah.
the water here. I'm
Yeah,
not-
that.
If
God, I
that
forgot.
little can fuck you up, it's like you gotta tell people.
Yeah,
Ban
your
it,
gut biome,
10 minutes,
man.
bro.
Your gut biome's really sensitive. I forgot
Yeah.
about having to wipe your ass and then put the toilet paper.
Dude, I was in a
of
place-
your chunky poopy toilet paper in a wicker basket with no
Yeah.
bag, and then I'm like,
Yeah.
girl, I'm
Does it-
so sorry you got to clean this up.
I always found they surprisingly don't smell out of the basket that much.
It is, yes, I agree.
Like, how
but
could it not?
If you have a nasty poop
Yeah.
that's like messy,
You get a chunk. Like
Yeah.
you get a thick
you get a little turd on
fucking
it.
fudge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Christina walked back like she had come back from war, and I go, "Oh no, what happened in that bathroom?
I wasted 2 rolls on my ass.
Girl, are you okay?
Yeah. Man, when you poop and you wipe and there's nothing there, and you're like, yes.
Thank God.
Yeah.
That was
used
a
to-
lucky one.
I
That's
used
a
to
light at
take
the
it
end of
with
the
me in
tunnel.
places. I didn't want to like throw it out in places where people are gonna be, so I would just like really like wrap
you
it
wrap it
around
up like
and
a
then take it
pad.
to an
Yeah,
outside
yeah.
trash can.
Oh man.
Yeah, like a pad. Yeah, exactly.
God damn.
I'm just too embarrassed about it, my bodily fluids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, sometimes you get a chunky poop with some
Yeah.
residue.
That's allowed.
Yeah, well, it
Yeah.
happens. You can't help it.
Were there signs saying no flushing?
Yeah.
Yes.
Anything? Yeah, that's
Yes.
good.
Yeah.
'cause they
And
have to have
every time I'm like,
Americans.
fuck, okay, fuck. I'm so glad I didn't have my
Do
period.
they have bum gun or do they have just like nothing, just like a trash can? They didn't have like one of those guns to shoot water up your ass.
Like a
Oh,
bidet?
like a bidet?
No.
No,
They didn't
no,
have
no.
a bidet.
Bum gun though, you know how in
Bum
regular
gun,
sinks
that sounds
you
great.
can pull the
That
thing
sounds
with
like
the cord out and like hit the
Yeah,
thing?
those always
Ooh,
freak
like
me
in a
out.
kitchen sink, but for your butthole.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds like a
They
I
have
think
those
one of my
places.
hotels in England had that, and I was
Really?
like, I'm good.
Bum gun.
Cute.
It's great. You really
Well, I
get
would
in
love
there
that.
wherever
I would
it is.
use that as a sex toy.
Depending on how you would use it as a sex
Yeah.
toy. I know you enough
Yeah.
to know
Yeah.
you would use it as a sex toy.
That freak-
You're
I
absolutely
don't
right.
like
Guys, I
water
gotta
is
pee.
shooting in
I'll
my
be right
ass.
back in an hour.
All right, I got 2 more questions for you guys. Unless there's something you have not said yet about Tulum that you're like, oh, we had to get to that.
No, nothing's
Keep thinking
coming.
about it in case. One, you got any travel tips in general?
Research the places before you go and know what the excursions are. Know all your options
Excursions.
because you could fill your whole trip with excursions. They're cheap. They're always so cheap. I have never been to a foreign country, a country that's not America, and gone on excursions and regretted it. It has always been the biggest bang for my buck. You can get a 13-hour tour day for like $100. That is so
Wow.
worth it. And you immerse yourself in the culture of where you're going. What the fuck is the point
Yeah.
to me of going to another country if you're not going to understand, like, how do you live here? What's polite here? What's rude here? Like, I love all that shit.
Oh, that you mean you research, or that you're getting on a
That
on
I
excursion?
get on these excursions because you just get a taste of the place.
I remember going to the Coochie tunnels
Whoa.
in Vietnam, where they like dig underground and fucking pop up and snipe, Americans.
Ooh.
Coochie.
And you like walk through them and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Holy
but
shit.
on the way out there, they're like, "Hey, just so you guys know, we don't hate Americans anymore. We hate Chinese now."
Oh,
And
good
we're
to
like,
know.
"Oh, really? I
Good
thought
to
you
know.
had, like,
Thanks for the
no, no.
update.
You've been allies for us for a long time. You're totally cool. So don't worry about that." And they're like,
Thanks.
"Oh, now I know from an excursion."
Yeah.
So funny.
Yeah, you
I
learn
think
a
it's
lot.
like I think you want to do half plan, half play it by ear. That's my
Yes.
favorite way to do it because you want to go in knowing like this is like a restaurant I have to go to, this is a site I have to see, this is an experience I have to have. But then for the other half of it, like I've gone on vacations that were too planned out where I didn't have any time to
Too rigid.
explore and I think that's also a misstep because you want to be able to just have a day where you just wander around and you float into this shop and then you eat something from here and then you eat something from here. You ask somebody. You see a lot of locals going into a place. You go there.
Right. So if somebody's like, hey, there's this like festival in the next town over, you want to go? You're like, I can't. I have reservations at this place, and we're supposed to go to this. You want to be able to go.
Freedom to roam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. Have a couple things to do. I like that, and then a couple days of like.
And also, if the hotel has a bike, get the bike. It's always
bike.
free, and that's the best way to just go at your own leisurely pace and just see what the fuck is out there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Those
and
are good
ask a
travel
lot of
tips.
questions and just be like, if you're on an excursion, especially if there's not a lot of other people with you and you're
Early
more
on in a
interested in
pandemic.
something else. So like I'm really interested in animals. So I would just ask a lot of questions about animals and usually they'll tailor the excursion to what you like because these people know everything.
Yeah.
And so if they start to get a sense of what you like, they'll cater it more because they're excited to share their knowledge. And also they're excited to not do the same stupid tour every single time.
Yeah. Also,
right,
don't
yeah.
get money out of the ATMs there. The exchange rate will you.
Really?
Oh, that's
Yeah,
true.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
We didn't
We
have
were-
enough money. We didn't exchange enough money in the airport,
Yeah.
and we would
Airport's
exchange.
the place to
at
do it?
The airport.
Okay, so
like a
It's the
resorty
cheapest
kind of
rate.
thing.
They're
It's
not
like
trying to fuck you. They know you're
Yeah.
not desperate. Like you need this money now because you have to pay for that dinner in the
Can
restaurant.
you
next
pay
door.
with credit cards or not really?
You can. Yeah.
You can, but a lot of these boutiques, they really want you to pay with cash, which I get. So
Yeah.
So you don't tell the
it is a
government?
place where I would bring more cash than like I would bring to London or something.
Yeah. It's just hard getting from your hotel room to I mean, not from the airport to the hotel with a shitload of cash. And you could take out like, let's just say you're going to America for the first time. You could
Yeah.
take with you $60 every time.
Yeah.
But you
Right.
want 800 in your hotel room, but like that trip from the airport to the hotel, I was like, fuck, I got too much money on me.
Right.
Those are good travel tips, you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, get money. Where do you get money? I always try to get a little bit from the ATM, like enough to get me through the first day
Yeah.
at the airport, no
And they
matter what.
accepted American cash, I remember.
Yeah, that's true. A lot of places
Yeah.
will accept American money if you ask. They're actually happy. You just have to make sure that you're really good and you get really fast at the exchange rate in your
yeah.
head because I think
they
they
could be taking
also
you for a
like taking
ride.
American money because we always overpay.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yep.
When we pay American.
Yeah, you got to do like 100 of theirs is like how much of theirs is $1.
Yeah,
Right.
or $10 or whatever, and then the reversal, just like a number. You're like, oh, it's 2/3 of $10.
Yeah, and also in other countries, you can feel more free to talk to people than you are in America, because people are nice and they're friendly,
nice.
and they'll like be like sit with us, which is something I would never do here. But there, it could lead to a fun experience as long as you're safe. I wouldn't be like go with this group of strange men.
Yeah.
But-
Okay, you want us to go to your room?
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right,
yeah, I
I guess
wouldn't do
so.
that,
Oh, my phone
but-
died, but we'll see.
That is
Yeah.
a cool travel thing, especially non-English speaking countries, because they're interested in you from just like, where are you from?
Yeah.
Somewhere interesting and different.
Yeah.
We don't get that in New York. Everybody's from everywhere.
yeah.
But if you're there, they're like, tell me about your place. So it's
There's
just
like
like
a
a fun
camaraderie.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can allow yourself, I don't know, like you said, to talk to strangers, which you can never do here.
No, you can never do that here.
Nope.
Um,
You can.
You can.
It's
but-
just not going to be met with the same hospitality.
Probably not going to go as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody asked me for the time in LA at the Comedy Store, and I
Tell
was
them to
like,
fuck off.
no, dude, I'm good. And he was like, what? And then I thought he was asking for a dime. And then I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah, no one asks for the time nowadays.
No.
You said I'm gonna pass.
I'm pass on that.
No thanks.
Last question, you guys. And don't forget to check out their podcast, Guys We Fucked, available every Tuesday on
Every Friday.
every
Friday.
Friday on everything. Before you fuck, check out Guys We Fuck.
Yeah.
Fucked in the past. They no longer fuck dudes.
Right.
Where's next on your list? Where do you have like, oh, I always wanted to go there.
Finland.
Finland.
I'm trying to
Interesting.
go this year.
I'm
Finland's
trying to
my
go
next.
to Amsterdam.
Amsterdam.
I want the red light district. I want the mushrooms. I want the fucking biking. I want the
That's right, they do that. Anne Frank
water.
House. One tip, if you ever go there, right below the Anne Frank House in the front is like a cafe. It's only up until 3 p.m. It's like a lunch breakfast place. 2 steps down, best grilled cheese I've ever had.
Whoa.
Oh.
Find
Nice.
Anne Frank House and then go
Okay.
around. Wherever you see people crying, it's like you're getting closer. And then
They're crying over
find
the
that grilled
cheese
cheese.
or Anne's
Yeah.
Cheese is
Legacy.
a good comfort food, so that's a good spot
It is
for
a good
it.
comfort food.
That's
You
a good
cry over the
spot
Holocaust.
for it.
Yeah.
Grilled cheese.
Oh,
Wait, why Finland? Why is that on your mind?
Because I'm going to places based on wildlife, and I also like to alternate hot vacation, snow vacation, and so I want to go dog sledding and hang out with reindeer. That's specifically why I want to go to Finland.
That's a great great idea.
Yeah, I like to all.
Corinne's good at planning.
I had to go Tulum, Costa Rica, and normally I wouldn't go tropical, but hot, beach. But I just had to because of COVID. So now I got to do a winter one.
That's great.
Because I really love winter. I love a winter wonderland.
And why Finland, not like Norway or?
I did a little research, and Finland seemed like it was the best choice as far as like a place that is really into wildlife, like and honors
Rica.
it, and we'll talk, and people will be knowledgeable about it. Yeah,
Can you see the Northern Lights in Finland?
you can, but that's if you go with the warm weather.
Oh, okay.
I have to pick one or the other. So
Yeah.
the Northern Lights is going to be more if I went for the a warm weather Finland vacation.
really?
Yeah.
But that's
I thought it was in the winter time.
well. No, that's what I think.
I don't know.
Because you're outside in those kind of domes, and so it seemed like I had to pick one or the other. Because even in Costa Rica, it's like was Rainforest Beach. We ended up traveling, so we went both Rainforest Beach. Rainforest is better in my opinion, even though it's pretty chilly. Yeah, it seemed like it was a seasonal choice for Finland.
I want to do vacations surrounded by like weather events or like space events, like a comet,
meteor
like
shower
seeing,
somewhere?
yeah, seeing
In
a
the
specific
darkest
comet.
place?
That's cool.
One of the things that's on my bucket list is going to Kansas and doing a tornado tour and actually going with storm chasers in their fucking van. I'm going to do this next spring, where you can tour and you can fucking do tornado watches
What?
and like chase them. Do
What was that
storm
movie
chaser
called?
tours. Twister.
Twister.
I
Yeah.
fucking love that
The
movie.
cow.
Twister.
I fucking
She's
love
the
that
cow.
movie.
Yeah.
Joe, Helen Hunt, what a babe.
Helen Hunt. That was
my
her
God.
prime. She was at the best she was at.
Yeah. Helen Hunt and Twister.
That's right. That's right, Helen Hunt. It's all over for you.
Yeah. All downhill after that one.
I actually was like, I try to do 2 new countries a year, so I'm trying to plan a European tour, and I'm like, I have not been to Helsinki, so I'm like, I'll get Finland. Off
Yeah.
that. I'm like, you gotta schedule it because I gotta get a country in there.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
bummed.
very well traveled.
I really wanted to go to Russia, but that's done.
I just did a podcast with Sloss about the same thing. He goes, that's over. I
Yeah.
went. You can't anymore.
Right? You can't. Yeah.
Especially as a weed smoker. You're out of your mind. You're out of your mind.
Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's some places where you're like, okay, you can't even really chew gum here, so I definitely wouldn't recommend smoking weed.
Yeah. He did say everybody smoked weed there.
in Russia.
Yeah. He goes, it's just like you don't do it out in the streets, but it was like fine.
Wow,
I think
right.
it's just one of those
They
like
just
in
wanted.
Texas smoking weed. Like they're not going to crack down, but they can.
Yeah.
Anyway, those are 2 good places to go.
Yeah.
Amsterdam is a fun fucking place.
I love debauchery. I want debauchery.
Jessica Michelle, we were there with her, and she went to a sex show.
Yeah, it's exactly. I would be in the red light district the whole time.
There's a museum of torture that was pretty fun.
Ooh, sexual torture or like lame
Just
torture?
torture.
Oh,
But one of them was
Renaissance
like
style.
this like triangle, kind of like one of those, not Machu Picchu, what was it, Mayan ruins? Like,
Yeah.
But like real sharp and about the
Fuck.
size of like 4 feet. It came up to a point, and they make people sit on it naked or their butt on it, and they take their hands and with ropes and they pull it down.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
Fun.
Yeah.
Oh boy, my
that's
vagina
like that's like
hurts now.
stuff from like the Spanish Inquisition that they used in the Saw movies.
Yeah.
Because that's how
That's how they got it all?
That was inspired by the Spanish Inquisition torture. Yeah.
Good job, Spanish Inquisition.
Yeah, you really covered a lot of ground.
You really live on. Guys, that was great. Thank you.
Thanks for
I'm trying
having
to think if I want to go to Tulum now. I mean, you painted a picture of a place that doesn't exist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did. We experienced
No
a place
one's
that
there.
no longer exists. Yeah.
That is a very cool, specific, unique thing. It's
Yeah.
almost like living in Kabul during like American like colonialism there, and it's like it's over
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
exactly what I was gonna say.
now. But it's like that's cool.
Never, back to the good old days. We'll never get there.
Yeah.
Make Tulum great again.
Sometimes it's just like you leave a moment in time and you go, that was beautiful, and we'll
I'll
never
never
be
recreate
back.
that. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about Israel. I'm like, I went, and I'm never gonna go back.
Sometimes dudes or girls will be like that too. We're like, that was such a good like liaison. It was a
Yeah.
weekend somewhere with somebody, and then you're like, let's just not.
Yeah, let's just send
We're
it off
gonna
right.
ruin this. Let's
Yeah.
just have a great memory of what could have been.
Yeah.
There's something very zen to that.
Yeah.
Guys, don't forget to subscribe. Tell a friend. I don't know. Mention to anybody who you think should be on here if they've done some crazy trip, and leave a comment and tell me your travel stories. And maybe if I do a Patreon, I'll go over your travel stories you leave in the comments, or maybe solo episodes. I don't really know. I'm figuring all this out. Thank you very much for tuning in to You Be Trippin'. Corinne Fisher, Krystyna Hutchinson. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you for having us.
You're welcome. Well, es todos los episodios. Oh, I don't know. I gotta learn how to say it in Spanish. That was the episode. Esto es la episodia. Definitely wrong. Es primavera. Todos ames el primavera. Fucking God damn, almost 800 days on Duolingo, and I still can't bring up basic shit. I gotta get lost. I gotta get integrated. When I'm there, I get better. Anyway, that was the episode, everybody. Thank you, Corinne and Krystyna. Reach out to them. Let them know you had a good time. Wherever you're listening or watching right now, hit subscribe. I'm trying to get up to 100,000. We already got over 35,000 subscribers on YouTube. From 0 to 35,000 in just 2 weeks. These have been fucking great for me. I love doing them. And this one really takes me to a place that no one gets to see. A tourist destination, overcrowded, with no one in it. You must have felt what it was like when the first Australians hit Bali. When just some locals who don't surf. Beers are 20 cents. We can just get gone. Dude, I went there once, and it'll be an episode, but an island next to Bali that I'm not going to say. I don't want to ruin places. You're going to see me start to bleep out specific places because I don't want to. I feel responsible to not ruin a tourist spot. This island next to Bali, Bali's done. Episode coming on that with Mike Cannon at some point. This Australian guy said Bali was getting too crowded, and sure, there were 7 of the best 50 surf spots in the world, but it was getting too crowded, and he found an island next to it with cheap. He bought a place cheap, and 4 of the best 50 surf spots in the world. And he went there. Now it's starting to get known too, but he said it's like cheap beers, cheap land, everyone's cool with you, and just surf all day. I mean, that's the kind of shit that Corinne and Krystyna found. You guys got lucky out there. Those cenotes seem really cool. I wonder if since we did this podcast, I went to the Yucatan. And I wonder if I went to the same Mayan ruins. I'm not going to say which ones I went to, but I'm going to ask him. Those cenotes are all over, by the way. It's when the asteroids, the meteor showers hit. I think it's everywhere there because they have all these exhibits about the dinosaurs. That's where the big one hit. So the Gulf of Mexico, you know where it comes up a little bit? That's a hole from a fucking giant asteroid. I'm not sure if that's true, but all the little cenotes are made by little asteroids just pummeling through and hitting the water table. You go to them and it's not like built up. There's a little wooden staircase and then you're just down in this swimming hole. It's badass. If you're ever around that area, find some cenotes. Doesn't have to be the tourist ones, can be, but you should go by yourself. Ask your driver, take me to not the best one. Take me to where no one is. And he'll know one, for sure. That's my tip. Today's episode is produced by Your Mom's House Network and expertly edited by Garrett Nickel. Thanks, Nick Dog. Don't forget, I will be April 26th and 27th in Washington, D.C., taping my new hour-long stand-up comedy special. I won't tell you the name yet, but I have the name. It's from a bit. Get tickets right now at arishaffir.com/tour. Washington, D.C., the Capitol turnaround, April 26th and 27th. I'll also be in Halifax tonight, April 11th. Second show at it, first show sold out. Ottawa sold out on the 12th. Rutland, Vermont, 413 at the Paramount. Huntington, Long Island, 414 at their Paramount. Austin, Texas, 420 at their Paramount. Tapings. Storytelling shows, May 9th and 10th in Los Angeles. Dude, those are going to be a fucking blast. Netflix is a joke festival. Everyone's in town. Secret lineup. It'll be definitely some names you know, and definitely some fucking killers you don't. These are unrecorded because we get fucking dark for these. And it's wild. If you've never been to a live one of these, it's a small venue. Get tickets now because it's going. It's intimate. Oh, they're so fun. They're so fucking fun. Right at the Comedy Store. And that's it. And then Australia. Melbourne, May 17th, 18th. 18th is sold out. Adelaide, May 24th. Canberra, May 25th. Brisbane, May 31st. Sydney, June 1st. And then that's it. And I'm done until fucking 2025. Just doing spots around New York, and that's it. Just spots. No shows. No shows. No shows. Gonna write a new hour. Casually. Not rushing to get back on the road and charge you guys too high a price for a show that's not that good. Every time a comic goes on the road, 90% of them, they're not giving you a fucking good show right after their special. Take some time. Write a new hour, comics. Write a new hour and then go on the road. Give them something good. Or do what Segura does and do some fucking workout shows at clubs where he barely charges you anything and you're lucky to see him in a small environment. Yeah, that's right. Tom Segura is my new overlord, and he made me say that. And if he's in the fucking theaters, you can guarantee that it's a good hour. And when he's at the club, it's not as good, but he's not charging as much. I guess that's it. Hasta semana después? That's not right. That's definitely not right. I gotta do one in Australia too. Maybe Nick Cody. Dude, let's do one somewhere iconic. I don't. Where's iconic in Melbourne that we can record one of these? Outside or inside at some weird spot. Maybe the Melbourne Cricket Grounds. That won't pick up. Sydney Opera House, bro. Sydney Opera House. Let's do one in front of there. I'm definitely gonna start doing these in some weird spots when I'm traveling. I'm gonna add that to this. I like shooting in front of weird spots, so that will happen. That's it. Hasta semana después. Adiós to todos los chicos y chicas, niños y niñas, hombres y mujeres. Te amo todos. Damn, my Spanish sucks. It's primavera. Ciao, everybody. Hasta luego. Suscribo para el video. I'm such a dork. El Dorco. Ciao.